Ano Ivelina Mikialoha, and welcome to Kumu Fats Views. I am Kumuhulaleato Savini, and this is my channel where I present a lot of different topics. And normally this would be a hula video, but today's a little bit different. I'm going to talk about a topic that was brought up by one of my friends, and he wanted me to react to it. And it kind of triggered something in my mind on wanting to do a series on this particular topic. So look, let's go take a look. This is from my friend um, Michael Crab, and it was a post from someone. If we don't honor the foundations of the hula kahiko, then why do Merrie Monarch? The risk of losing the basics to creativity is very high. At one time, we almost lost our hula traditions completely. It is better to have an organized effort to add awards to the now 6-decade-old festival and not to change the foundation. It's becoming pretty obvious that it's time for a People's Choice Award that can have voting online. The leadership of Merrie Monarch should consider adding this. Maybe HTA can sponsor this new award and coordinate the online voting. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, maybe 20 years ago, maybe more, I always, when I watched and some of my favorites didn't place, I always had that thought like, why are the same groups always winning? Why are these groups that have a lot more energy, a lot more creativity and innovation are not being recognized for their hard work? Because again, I've always known and I've always had the mindset that every single halal that goes there puts in a lot of work, hard work, dedication, right? In what they are presenting, from the kumuhula down to the kako'o and the ohana, everything. And so why were a lot of these same halau and kumu winning and winning and winning and winning? It's always the big names, big names, big names. None of the newer ones, even if their presentations was up to par with everybody else. I used to have that thought. I used to have the thought, and then as technology grew, I also had the thought that why not have a People's Choice Award, right? But I've grown to learn to see the big picture. That Merrie Monarch, although it is a competition, it is not for well, I shouldn't say that because the biggest purpose is not entertaining. Yes, it is presenting to the crowd, it is presenting to your family and friends and your fans the best that you can put forward. Yes, understandable, but it is the intention of Merrie Monarch is to keep everyone grounded in their roots by making sure they present a fact sheet that has deep information and understanding that what you are presenting is connected. Okay? We are not privy to those fact sheets if we're not judges. We don't see the work that's put into these fact sheets. I do fact sheets for competition, but my fact sheets at the most going to be 5 pages. The Merrie Monarch fact sheets, I can tell you, I've seen pictures and I've heard stories from the judges themselves that it's binder fools sometimes, because that's how deep they go into the melee and they break things down. Now, not everybody gonna give binder fools, but they're gonna give at least uh, college worthy presentation, right? Whether it's in a smaller folder or whether it's in a big binder. I've seen both at Merrie Monarch from Merrie Monarch judges. So, um, seeing the bigger picture and understanding what Merrie Monarch is supposed to be representing is how what I've grown to know. Okay, now I'm gonna share something. It was a story time from someone who posted it because of all the namu namu going on about Merrie Monarch. This is excerpts or this is conversations that Pops Gabby Pahinui had with Uncle George Naope. And the very first thing I have highlighted is why a competition and not an exhibition? And the answer was consistently because they won't do their best. They're given that on the stage only the best of the best are present to compete, and given that they are all doing their best to show off their efforts, then it should lead to deeper research, harder work, continuation of historic and often geographic styles, and place and linear relevance, and most importantly, preservation. Preservation. That is what the Merrie Monarch is about. It's not about, yeah, it's awards given, it's you're scored, you are going up against other halal, putting your best foot forward. But a lot of people question why a competition if all the same groups are going to win. We cannot control what happens behind the judges score sheets. um it's not it's and to me, a lot of things are, it's not the most important thing, right? The most important thing in that statement was preservation. And I see, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to be one of those that complained about the judges all the time. But he further goes on to say that um, the judges, here I'm gonna highlight it, the judges know their hula or they wouldn't be there. Completely true. And adding the disclaimer that that's why I don't judge. I know like everyone being mad at me, and that's Uncle George na ope to Pops, Gabby Pahi Louie, right? So again, the judges know what they're doing. The judges may have all the preferential um, ideas because again, all these judges don't come from the same hula line. They all come from different hula lines. Maybe a couple of them do come from the same hula line, but a lot of them have um, established lineal reverence, as they say, to different hula lines, right? Some from Auntie Mikey, some from the Kanaka Oles, or because a Kanaka Ole is always judging anyway. Some from um, Puha'aheo, right? And they all have their lineal reverence, as they call it. So if we have those professionals, those knowledgeable kumhula who have the ike to discern and to critique, why have a People's Choice Award? The whole idea is putting the best of the best on that stage and the best of the best critiquing them and giving them feedback on how they can be better, right? The last thing I want to share is the actual Merrie Monarch website and point out a couple of things that you may not be aware of. And so the first thing is, right, the central purpose of the festival is the perpetuation, preservation, and promotion of the art of hula and the Hawaiian culture. Perpetuation, preservation. Perpetuation and preservation. Again, nothing in there says about it being a competition. That's the most important thing. And we go down. The Merrie Monarch Festival is committed to perpetuating the traditional culture of the Hawaiian people, developing and augmenting a living knowledge of Hawaiian arts and crafts through workshops, demonstrations, exhibitions, and performances of the highest quality and authenticity, reaching individuals who might not otherwise have the opportunity to participate in the festival through live broadcasts and social media. And last, enriching the future lives of all Hawaii's children. And if we go all the way down, the Merrie Monarch Festival is the focal point and catalyst that supports and draws together an extensive network of halal hula, kum hula, researchers, professors of Hawaiian studies, and students of all ages who are committed to the perpetuation and advancement of Hawaiian history and culture. Okay. The website itself, the focus in these two important areas that I showed is about perpetuation, preservation, and advancement of the Hawaiian culture, and then not advancement in competition, not advancement and preparation and preservation of hula scores and trophies and awards. It's perpetuation and preservation of the Hawaiian culture through hula and everything connected through hula, right? Which includes language, which includes meakanu, plants, which includes mo'olelo, stories of our ali'i, of our gods and goddesses, perpetuation and preservation of those things, and those things alone, not the competition. Yes, the competition is an integral part of it. It is, it really is. And it allows us to see the best of the best on that stage. But it allows the best of the best to judge them, to critique them, to give them their ike, their mana'o on paper, and the kumu can choose to do what they want to do with it. Right? Having a People's Choice Award for Merrie Monarch, I feel, would negate and take away from that preparation, perpetuation and preservation of Hawaiian culture through hula. It'll take away from the prestige that the Merrie Monarch comes with. That the Merrie Monarch, when you participate in the Merrie Monarch, you get that prestige that comes with it. Yeah? Everyone's going to have their own different opinions and mana'o and ike to this. Everybody is entitled to those thoughts and to those opinions. This is just mine. You know, Kumuhula Mark Kelly Homalu, he had Kahula Ho for a few years pre-COVID. I participated in that. That was based on audiences' cheers by a sound meter. No judges, just purely an audience-driven results. And I thought that was fantastic. We have the power and capacity to do those kind of competitions on our own outside of Merrie Monarch. I took that concept, and when I hosted a competition in Japan, we had judges' scores plus audience sound meter. Throughout the whole performance, we'll take from the 7-minute marker, we'll take whatever the highest peak in that sound meter, and we'll give them points on that. Or I think it was awarded the People's Choice Award, whoever had the highest point on the sound meter. And if there was a tie, we used their fact sheet as a tiebreaker. I also really wanted to get a competition off the ground on the East Coast, but it's just hard because getting groups to participate and getting the people on the ground to steadily work at getting it off the ground and going. In that competition, I had in my breakdown, which I'm still going to try and pull off some way, somehow, the in-person sound meter and online voting. Because again, technology allows us this capacity and this ability to evolve in our own way while leaving competitions like the Merrie Monarch their prestige and their way of doing things. There's nothing that says that we cannot do our own and incorporate these things that we want to see into our own. Because again, I applaud Kumu Mark for doing that kahula ho, and I wish he would bring it back, but I know he's super busy. And again, it's hard to get a competition off the ground and running smoothly every year without burning out. So I understand that. But this is again, everything that was said in this video is my manako. and my ike and my opinions, and you can do what you want to do with it. But I do want to do a series based on this, and I'm going to be reaching out to people to kuka to talk about this certain topic. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned. I want to see your comments. I want to see your opinions in the comment section. Bring it. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Keep it Maikai, right? Keep it good and positive. But please take care, stay safe, stay healthy. And until next time, Meka Paulele Palena Ole. Aloha.